A number of companies in China are seeing a meteoric rise, both in sales, in quality, and reputation. They're giving Tesla a run for their money. You might even say they're unstoppable. Xiaomi may just be one such company that we would like to discuss. I'm Brian. Welcome to Futuraza. I'm joined by my buddy Mark from the Tesla Life Show. They do great work. If you don't know what it is by now, what on earth are you doing? Just head over there, find out what they're up to, because I've said it a lot of times, and if you haven't done it, I feel like our friendship is not as strong as I thought it once was. It's just valuable that we, have this level of understanding here on YouTube. So, congratulations to the EV team. Xiaomi, the 100,000th Xiaomi SU7 has officially rolled off the production line. It's our first model. And they did it in 230 days.
That is an achievement to get that type of scale.
That is. They are preparing to expand. They're going to add another factory. Let me see what this is. This says Xiaomi is already planning their second facility, which will have a capacity of 300,000 units of annual production capacity. That's a lot of production. They're going to hit 24,000 vehicles from November to December. They're selling at a loss, so the only real limit on how many they can sell is how much loss they can handle. But the more you sell, the cheaper they get. The more you enjoy economies of scale. What do you think of this strategy?
Well, it's good if you have another business that can support it. If you've got a profitable business that can support it, but if you don't, it's a quick way to bankruptcy.
So they are a very large cell phone manufacturer, which is why they have huge proficiencies in software. They design the software in-house because they have software people. It's a leg up. The car has some problems, but I would still argue that, they're pretty good. Do you know much about the car? Do you know anybody who likes them?
I don't specifically, but
what about this feller?
Who's that? Oh, Jim, exactly.
He loves driving it. He managed to get one for 6 months. He said he doesn't want to give it up because he imported it and just threw a manufacturer plate on it and drives it around. Yeah, he said he's had it in the US for 6 months, and I don't imagine it's his daily driver. Otherwise, we'd have seen endless spy shots of it of people on the road. But he's driven it. It's apparently an awfully good car.
That must be worrisome for Jim.
Teachable moment is what it could be. Now, when I say they're unstoppable, I mean it, because I saw this on Reddit. Xiaomi SU7 mid-lap brake failure slams into wall.
Whoops.
Yep, very good. Uh-oh. Here comes the corner.
Uh-oh.
He's trying to scrub off speed and unable to do so. But you'll see, watch what happens to the seat that he's sitting in. It breaks right there.
Oh.
That looked brutal. So yeah, the brakes maybe not cut out for the task. And then this, the person who posted this said, you know what I really wanted to do? Here it comes one more time. And the seat breaks. Oh, spines aren't meant to do that.
No.
So he said, I was wondering if I could find a second view, but instead I came across a completely different failure of someone else. Okay. The brakes just went out. They just faded. They were underpowered. Unstoppable. Mark, do you get it now?
Unstoppably, literally, yes.
My cynicism has reared its ugly head. Now here is a Zeekr stopping for a pedestrian. Here's a Tesla. This is automatic braking. And here is a Xiaomi. Boom, unstoppable. Your child, man, Dan O'Dowd would be impressed. He would be so impressed because, it's, stop for the skateboard child and a million pieces to shreds, you say. So that's not ideal.
Wow.
And this account, Drive Green, Live Green, Drive Green 80167, said, we found the reason. The brakes are just underpowered. Took the wheel off, looked at it. Yeah, apparently a 4-piston Brembo is inadequate for the task of stopping such a heavy car at such high speeds consistently in a
there
track
is there is the
situation.
point, Brian, that some people will always push a car beyond its abilities, and is that the
Yeah,
case here? That someone took this thing out on the track and pushed it beyond what its reasonable limits were.
this is not. I don't believe that this is a performance edition. I think this is a street car, and that sounds like exactly what happened. I am not trying to throw shade on Xiaomi, especially for a first effort. Let me see you race your Model A Ford. I don't think you should do that.
Yeah.
Those cars were famously deadly. This car, vastly safer. And yeah, any any thoughts on my cynical take? And I do apologize to Xiaomi and their fans. I am not meaning to throw shade. I just found these stories and I thought it would be kind of fun. My word of advice is know your car's limits and don't exceed them.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't test beyond those limits, because of course it's going to end badly.
Potentially badly, yes. And we're getting into the Q&A. I don't know if you folks saw the Q&A from just before this one that ran yesterday or perhaps the day before, where I made Mark look bad, and I apologize. It was a mistake, but I now realize
it was a mistake, was it?
It was a mistake. These things happen, man. It could have happened to anyone.
You purposely went looking for a photo, you captured it and threw it up on the screen,
What?
and that was a mistake.
An absolute mistake, because I found a picture of me. I look great. There. Fair? Is it fair now?
Okay, now we're fair. Yeah.
Fair is fair. So let's get to this. Okay. Now, I don't know if these count as actual questions for the Q&A, but we are in that part, the whole section. We are in the Q&A hole. The Fawn incident, remember the deer,
Yep.
is actually pretty interesting. The general approach Tesla has now, it uses examples of good drivers to train the net. It seems to be an incident that even a good driver could not have responded to in an ideal way. Maybe the only times it ever saw that situation, the driver just plowed through it. That is possible. I guess this is why they flag edge cases and play it out in the simulator. It's got a question mark Machu Picchu too. I call that a question. We're answering it. I wonder if they let the neural net run millions of simulations until it reaches an ideal response. Mark, your thoughts.
Oh, definitely. Because they've got the computer power to do it. You place an example from a real car as to what happened, and then what you'll try to do is run it through a simulator and map out the issues so that you could maybe tweak the software here or there to avoid that in the future. There have been other deer near misses that have come up where the car did stop for the deer. The one that was being, I guess, pointed at here, the deer was head on. Its head was pointing right at the car. It was slimmer compared to the deer it's walking across the road. Sometimes it catches those, but this is something that they have to run through simulators to make sure that the car is making right decisions based on the environment.
The training network is very young. It is a child. I can understand why seeing a deer head on, where it's very skinny and tall, compared to a deer from any other angle, would look quite different. So that's a good point. My friend Slower Cuber, who is sometimes in the chats and whatnot, messaged or posted on X the other day saying, yeah, I went out and tried out the new version of FSD and it swerved into oncoming traffic for no reason at all. It was very unsettling. I'm going to go back and watch the footage. And then he posted the footage and said, wow, I didn't even see it. There was a big pile of leaves in the road that could have been an animal, could have been hiding something that would pierce your tire. It went around the leaves because it was safe to do so. So sometimes the behavior that we see as erratic is because we don't have enough eyes.
Yeah.
So further proof that I am not a biblically accurate angel.
I knew that.
So fair. Totally fair. I accept that. Is this like that moronic Inside EVs article recently? They claimed Rivian and Lucid led the way. Then at the end, they mentioned how many rides the Tesla reps claimed for the weekend. And guess what? It was way more than Lucid and Rivian gave combined. Shake my head. So we did cover that.
Yep.
But this bit of FUD that we were looking at, there were a lot of comments that pointed out this is AI written. It's got to be AI written. I mean, you saw the slides. It had to be, right?
Well, with the repeats that were going on throughout the article, like it was like someone was not paying attention, and that definitely could be a slow version of AI.
Yeah. So next question. Yeah, but Tesla spent millions on a rehype-a-go-go. Did many rides on a closed movie set and talked about something old being something new and coming soon. What more could you ask for? So this Craig fella is a real cynical fella. He loves Tesla. He loves it. I mean, not in the traditional sense where you actually enjoy something. He's more like the guy who goes to the Yankees game, not to cheer for the Yankees, but to throw batteries at the first baseman of the other team. It's pretty terrible way to live your life, Greg. And I hope you get the help you desperately need. I just responded to him. You're on the wrong channel, my friend. But he won't leave, and I haven't blocked him or anything. So that's a thing that's happening.
Wow.
Yeah. Hype-a-go-go. At least you're poetic with it. If you're gonna troll, keep it as an art form, I say. Did I mention, Mark, that in the end of March I may be going? I'm almost definitely going to Chattanooga. For the
Tennessee.
For the Charge Up Chattanooga, something like that. Yeah. I forget the name just now, but it is happening, and I am going. It'll be. I say it'll be fun. I assume it will. I mean, I'm going to be.
It better be fun. You're there.
Yeah, I bring.
It's
the party.
all on your shoulders, Brian.
That is unfortunate, but we'll see what happens. With many more gas cars than battery EVs, why aren't there more gasoline recyclers than battery recyclers? R.A. Monogold is a very funny character who posts lots of sometimes off-the-wall takes. This one is just more funny than
snippets.
Off the wall.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah. Why aren't there more gasoline recyclers?
Because, of course, gasoline gets burnt once, and that's it. It's gone. You can't recycle it.
You can't. I said, surely you're describing our lungs, no? So have fun in the comments. Guys, if you leave a comment, I will definitely see it, and I may even respond to it. I do that, as you can see from the screenshots here, quite a bit. It's not even screenshots, it's a whole web page. I mean, it's the internet. We have that power. Any closing thoughts you'd like to share?
Yeah. Keep those questions coming in, because sometimes there's a little bit less of them, and sometimes there's an abundance of them. So keep them coming.
Last time we forgot to ask is what I think happened, because another time we said, oh my gosh, we got no questions. And then we got like 50. So
we got to get the bar to be even.
Yeah. And, sometimes people have really good questions. So that's why I like to get those in. And yeah, we have fun over here. I will tell you one more thing in closing. A new dawn has broken on the channel starting 2-3 days ago. Oh, maybe 4 or 5 now. All of the YouTube shorts that I publish are no longer random. They're the jokes. They're the best jokes from the channel. So if someone were to only watch YouTube shorts, they would think this is a comedy channel. And I'm at peace with that because it's some of my better work.
That sounds fun.
It is. It's more work, but if there's one thing I love, it's more work.
You can tell by your face.
Yeah. So, guys, what did we miss? What did we misunderstand? I'll leave it. Head on over to Mark's channel, The Tesla Life Show. See what him, Patrick, and Casey are up to on the regular. And stay tuned, stay juicy, and I cannot wait to hear from you, clever robots, perhaps even in Chattanooga toward the spring.